So I want you guys to imagine your ideal dream business partner. Dream business partner. The person that just gets it. The person that is high achieving, ambitious, driven. I want you to imagine that person. I want you to imagine your goals, where you want to be, what you want to achieve, not just in the short term. I want you thinking about your life in the big term. Where do you want to end up? What impact do you want to leave? What legacy do you want to leave? What bucket list things do you want to be able to check off? I want you thinking about those things. And as you think about those things, I want you to recognize that in all cases, we want the best. We want and imagine this amazing future. Our goals are big. We come here, even if we don't come here wanting big things, we soon see the potential and start thinking, oh, big things sound really cool. And we start raising the bar on what we expect from ourselves.
Coffee, babe.
And so we get into this place where, of course, we want big goals. And then we think of this ideal business partner, and we want to attract great people. And my question to you is, are you attractive to them? Are you attractive to the people you want to attract? Are you the type of person that is attractive to your goals? When you see the people that have achieved those goals, the sacrifice they've had to go through, the grit that they've had to exercise, when you see the people that have achieved what you want, are you attractive to them in their circles? When they're thinking, I want to surround myself with people that are elevating me, and if I am the average of the 5 people that I spend the most time with, are you going to be invited into the circle of the people you want to be around? When you look at the people that have achieved what you want to achieve, would you elevate that conversation? Would you elevate that association? Would you participate in that culture? Or would you just be consuming it? I got a teenage daughter. We talk about this stuff all the time. All the time I talk about it with her. She's interested in boys. She's starting a date. I'm going to share y'all a text message I sent her the other day. See if I can scroll back and find this one. Now, to understand my daughter is to understand that she is driven and ambitious professionally. She is senior year of high school. She already knows she's going pre-med. She's going to be a doctor. You are not going to stop her. She is going to be a psychiatrist, and she is going to work to stem the tide of the mental health crisis we are facing in adolescence, because she was one of those. So this is my text to my daughter. I said, you and I, talk a lot about ambition, goals, drive. What naturally comes with that is a plan of action, what you have to do. But as you'll learn in the blueprint, which is a mentorship program I set up for her, what you do is just the overflow of who you are. The goal is in becoming the type of person for whom the goal is a natural outflow. Doing fit things will get you fit, but until you identify as a fit person and are transformed on the inside so that those fit actions just happen as an outflow, you'll regress the minute you stop doing fit things. Does that make sense so far? So when you think of the life you want to live, I know you're locked in professionally, but the most important decision you'll make is who you partner with. Your husband will be the biggest supporter or biggest hurdle to your goals. He will make your life awesome or drag it to the pits. So when you think of a partner, whether in business or life, you want a freaking all-star. You want someone who's unshakable in their faith, in their positivity, in the ownership of their circumstances. You want someone that's principled, clear, disciplined, confident. So the question becomes, are you committed to becoming the type of person that will be an attractive partner to that person? I want you to elevate your pride of yourself so that you naturally associate with people at the caliber of life you want to live. Settling for weak boys because it's convenient now, a desire to drink because it's common, or even because you have demons to numb, using crass and explicit language that does nothing to elevate a conversation, choosing cheap, mindless entertainment over the intentional pursuit of God. You wouldn't choose to partner with someone who lived like this. You are intentional in academics and professional vision. You are intentional and disciplined to show up to work and elevate your workspace. But I don't see you among your friends and your peers. Are you elevating your social environment the way you elevate your work environment? Are you the same head and shoulders above and different than her peers at parties and hangouts that you are at work? These are good questions. Let me know your thoughts. That stuff should haunt us. Are you the one that elevates the room? Are you the thermostat, or are you the thermometer? Thermometer just reads the temperature of the room. Thermostat sets the temperature of the room. Sets the temperature of the room. I've got an opportunity Tuesday night to go out to dinner with about 10 people, of which I do not belong. I have, like, professionally, I have achieved the absolute smallest of this group. It is like a super honored invite. I am sitting at a table that I am like straight up a novice at. And so I'm a little nervous. Truth be told, I'm a little nervous. I'm outside my element. And so I texted several people, Edward Pritchett, Marshall Wayland, another friend of mine, not in symmetry, to be like, hey, I'm going to be sitting at this table, and to be honest, I don't know how to act. So when you're the small one at the table, how do you act? And when you're the big one at the table, how do you want people to respond? That was my question. They all got back to me with different advice, and it was really good. But one line Marshall Wayland told me that just kind of stuck with me. He's like, above average people are just looking for more above average friends. Above average people are just looking for more above average friends. They're not going to have time for average. You have above average goals. Are you an above average person? That's the question. That's the question. I'm blessed to not be single and in the dating scene. I don't know. I don't know how I would navigate that at this stage in my life. But I've got a lot of friends who are navigating that, and they get caught in cycles, and they wonder why they can't find that self-developed, ambitious, driven person. Why can't I find that person? And you know what? There's always two things. It comes down to, where are you looking, and are you attractive to that person? So often people are looking in the places that that person wouldn't be in. Don't expect to find the person in the place that type of person won't be. That's dumb. What do you expect? Number two, even if you put yourself in the right place, are you attractive to that person? These are your questions, guys. I have been playing with this thought. I don't know if I probably brought it to this main group. I definitely brought it to my breakout group, but it's one of those, like, I get on these calls and I usually have a couple notes, but then my brain starts going and I just like free form from there. And something I said stuck with me in a way that I've been playing with it over and over and over again. And you guys, you'll see me, I'll develop it. It'll be on one of my calls. And then if I get invited to one of the bigger team calls, it'll be there. And if I get invited to a national call, it'll be there. You're going to see me start developing this thought more and more, because I really think it's the best description of the recipe for success that I have ever stumbled on. It's not that it's novel in any way. It's just that the simplicity of it describes the long-standing truth of the recipe for success. Successful people, y'all should be writing this one down. Successful people find a way to arrange their life around their goal instead of trying to arrange their goal around their life. Think of anybody in any industry or avenue that has achieved something above average or remarkable. Think of any D1 athlete that gets a full scholarship. They arranged their life around their goal. Their goal came first and their life. They said, I can't. I have practice. I can't do that. I can't participate because I'm focused here. I can't eat that. I can't go there. I can't do this because I have a goal. That is in athletics. That is in business. That is in relationships. That is in life. The people who win and achieve every single thing that you have ever admired in achievement have very simply arranged their life around their goal instead of trying to cram a goal around their life. The people that come in here to Symmetry and win are the people who arrange their life around their goal. I don't care what your talent is. I don't care what your resources are. I don't care what your past experience is. The people who win arrange their life around their goal. I have seen incredibly talented people that I thought, and they talked like they were going to tear the roof off this thing. And I'm like, yeah, I found the right person. But yet they never arranged their goal around, or they only arranged their goal around their life. They tried to fit it in where they could fit it in. It wasn't a priority to them. And so even though they had all the talent, all the resources, and could have done great things, they didn't. Why? Because this was always secondary to everything else. They never let it become. They never let it take their passion. They never let it take their grit. They never explored their potential in it. I will take an untalented, broke, back against the wall, nothing to show for them, that is willing to arrange their life around their goal every time, and I will watch that person win. Every one of you in this call that's like, I'm not hitting my goals, I'm going to tell you exactly why. You are trying to fit your goal around your life. You are more committed to the life you have than the goal you have. And so you are taking your life and you are scheduling your life and you are saying, I can't to business instead of I can't to life. What do you want? You can't say, I have this big goal. I want to be around these people. I want to do this thing. But yet I'm unwilling to sacrifice the very life that I want to get out of. You can't do that. It doesn't line up. It doesn't work that way. Life doesn't work that way. Goals don't work that way. When I look at what I achieved here, and I had my back against the wall, I'll tell you, I achieved what I achieved because with my back against the wall, and I had to, what it meant was this had to come first. Like, I'm sorry, kid, I'm not gonna make it to your practice today. I'm sorry, babe. Like, you're going on vacation without me. She did that whole first year. Sonia went on 2 vacations, took the kids with parents. We couldn't afford to pay for it, so she had to go with parents. She took the kids. I stayed home. I bought extra leads. Because without the family in the house, man, I could dial. What I had to achieve came before everything else. And I did it. But only because my goal came before my life. Oh, but my goal is not the most important thing. My family is the most important thing. And so I got to make sure I'm spending time with my family. Great. I love time with family. I love time with family. And you're going to have to make your choices and deal with the consequences of that. I wanted to show my family and I wanted to show my kids what the pursuit of a goal looked like, what sacrifice looked like, what fighting for something worthy looked like. I wanted to model for them what being above average looked like, and that meant sacrifice. And so I had open conversations with them about why I was making the sacrifice and why I wasn't going to be there and why I was prioritizing one thing or another. I said this from stage at Ignite. Your kids don't want to be your dream. Your kids want you to show them how to pursue a dream because they are going to have dreams of their own. And if you don't model and show what sacrificing now for a long-term gain looks like, where are they going to learn that from? If you don't show them what leveling up looks like and the sacrifice and the grit involved in that, who are they going to learn that from? If you don't show them what modeling your life around a goal looks like, where are they going to learn that from? Or are you just going to model for them? Our life is our life. We want more. And so we've got this goal and we've got this company and we've got this opportunity, but well, I'm not willing to sacrifice this and I'm not willing, I can't do this. And there's a whole list of I can't and I won't and I this and I that and then all of a sudden you haven't done anything toward your goal. But you know what? You get to keep the life that you have. I hope that choice was worth it. You sacrificed your potential for your present. That's what a lot of you are doing. You're sacrificing your potential for your present and then wondering why you're not promoting, wondering why you're not moving forward, wondering why your business isn't growing because you are more committed to your present life than you are your potential. I don't judge choices. I want everybody to make their choices, own their choices, and live with the consequences. Just understand whatever choice you make has consequences. Own your consequences. Own it. If your present life is more important than your potential, own that choice. But don't come to me 6 months from now and a year from now whining about how you haven't broken out of your present life, but you made the choice to prioritize it. You don't get your cake and eat it too. Make your choice and own the consequences of that choice. That's called adulting. And as an adult, you're going to have to make choices. Sometimes your options are bad or worse. Sometimes your options are good or better. Sometimes your options are good and good. You're going to have to make one. And then there's going to be consequences to that. We could talk a whole other day on how successful people make decisions very quickly too. They don't weigh, they don't sit and stay and look at it. They make a decision, they own their consequences, and then instead of hoping they make the right decision, they turn it into the right decision. Successful people make decisions fast and then do the work to make that the right decision instead of just hoping fate aligns with the stars and the wind at 15 degrees southwestern at 78 degrees and aligns, and boy, magically that was the right choice. They work to make it the right choice. I want you to know every one of you has a choice today. You have a choice this morning. You have a choice tomorrow. What are you sacrificing? What are you running for? What are the consequences of your choices? And are you proud of those consequences and willing to own them? If it plays out 6 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, where do you want to be? Are the choices you're making going to get you there? And if not, are you willing to accept and own that, or are you going to whine about it? I'm not gentle here. I want every one of you to live a life you're proud of, to live a life you can hang your hat on and say, I did that. I did that. Like sometimes, guys, I step back and I'm like, I can't actually believe I did that. I have wanted to do this and chase this for 12 years. From the day I left nursing, I have wanted to get where I am now. It took me 12 years, but I freaking did it. But it came because I prioritized my goal and I built my life around my goal. There's no other way, not in any industry, not in any achievement. You want to win here, you're going to prioritize your goal. You're going to fit your life around your goal. When are you dialing? When are you running appointments? What obstacles in your way? What are you overcoming? How can you get better? These are the questions. Love you guys. Let's open up some breakout rooms.